Ben from Unlucky Frog Gaming here. I am at the Grimlord Games stand at UK Games Expo, and I'm joined by Adam. How are you doing, Adam?
Good, thank you.
Yeah, so we've just had a bit of an overview of the Everrain. Do you want to give us a quick overview for the listeners?
Yeah, so the game is a dark sea exploration game. It's completely co-op. Everyone's in charge of their own ship and their own crew, and the story is that there's an old god that started to wake up and he wants to remake it its world in its image, and that involves drowning everyone. So you guys have got to stop that. You're all working together towards that goal, and you have to advance your token around this track that goes around the board, and the game's split into chapters. So you're racing the enemy to the end of each chapter. They've got their own token as well. If they beat you there, you start to get these influence cards that get played, which cause all kinds of havoc and make the game harder. And the old god's got a token on that track as well. So the old god will go the other way around the track, and if it ever meets the enemy token, then it summons it and triggers an end game that's specific to that old god. We've got a couple of old gods in the game.
So it is. You do have miniatures in the game like you did with village attacks, yeah, but it's quite a different direction from village attacks.
Very different. Yeah, a lot of the game is played out on your own individual ship dashboard as well. But that doesn't mean you can't help each other out. You get an above deck section and a below deck section of the game of the dashboard. And you can really customise the ship in whatever way you want and play the game in your own style. You don't have to be as combative in this game as we have been in our previous designs.
Yeah.
You can go down the exploratory route. If you want to just be an explorer, you can build your ship to have really good rudders, and you can hire a crew that, like, you can hire navigators that make you move around the ship, the map really quick. Or you could just be a war frigate if you want. You can build some really powerful cannons and weapons, just go around terrorising everyone. And you can advance that token, the player's token that's on the track, in loads of different ways. You don't have to go down the combat road. You don't have to go down the exploratory road. It's a nice change. But yeah, you can help each other out with combat as well. If you've got loads of enemies above deck, you can actually fire on each other's ships and try and help to clear their ship away. But if you miss, you will hit your friend's ship. So it's a bit risk reward, but it is a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah. Lot of ways to lose the game as well.
Yeah. So no one's actually out of the game. There's no player elimination. If you sink your ship, it's fine. Yeah. You respawn at the nearest town, but you advance this enemy token along the track, so you help them towards their aim. And if they beat you, then all you're gonna do is trigger that end game a lot quicker, summon that old god, and if it summons too early, the game is just so much harder. Yeah. So you really got to think about what you're doing.
Yeah. So the iteration that we just played as a prototype, but how far along is the development of the game? So this is
the prototype. So all of the mechanics, everything, are completely fully developed. What we're doing is we're just writing a lot of the narrative. So the narrative decks that we've got, they've got at least 200 cards in each. So there's a lot of different things that can play out. A lot of the cards will specify you build your future chapters decks as you go. So a lot of the cards from previous chapters will ask you to shuffle specific cards into the future chapters decks. And what that means is every time that you open up the game and play, you can get these completely different stories that you never came across before. So yeah, there's a lot of variation. We did it around a sandbox style. So while there's no one specific scenario, every time you play this game, you can have a completely different adventure.
Yeah. Okay. And projected retail release for it?
So the game gets shipped to backers around October-November time. Okay. So retail will be just immediately after we've given it to all our backers.
Okay, great. Adam, thanks very much.
You're very welcome.